Game rising. You already know the vibes. It's NAGA The Wise. Sunny, 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 sunny day. So trying to keep some of the glare out, right? You already know the vibe. Or do y'all want to see my beautiful eyes? It's sunny out here today. You already know the vibes, man. You see the title. You are the change. Unfortunately, it has never happened. What does that even mean? Let's unpack it. So you were never meant to change into anything that exists here on earth. That was never meant to be the thing. Ever. Never, never, never. Even though these are the potentials that we go through and we all rationalize it in some retrospect to say this is what people go through, it's only because latent inside everybody knows that their soul never evolved. It never grew to the surface. What's happening when you come into life, and nobody's ever going to explain this to you, ever in existence. No one's never going to explain this to you, okay? As the soul comes in to an imperfect situation, it goes through somewhat of like a spiritual cold in a sense, or a spiritual flu, if you can digress it to that type of retrospect. Meaning, its whole entirety of its existence for eons before it ever was chosen to be a part of a flesh, before a divine called it by name to be a part of someone's body, it was perfect. It was perfect. It didn't have any flaws. It didn't have any, you know what I'm saying, nothing. It just was free to fly around as light. And then it was called by name, told it would be given desires, and that it would always be the all-knowing of this new place it will be. That's the soul's direction. You're going to be the all-knowing of that body and everything inside of it. It's a lot of intricate motions inside of us that we don't even know. We're so careless with ourselves. But the soul was going to be the king of the world of you. So that royal lock, which is the king, would have been crowning you. That's you one in the self with soul. So since your soul never acclimated to that change and it's still kind of like it fell and got stuck into the body and it's like I tripped on concrete, I'm still hurt. Oh. That's how the soul is responding in everyone. Every little thing is a bump and a bruise. When you come from perfection, yeah, of course the adversary will want the perfect light to feel inadequate. That innocence, right? That beautiful innocence, that perfection that was going to line this physical body up in a way never seen. A physical image of divine. That's why the soul was given to the flesh. So you would become a representative, a physical representation of divine. Otherwise, I just would have gave you some bullshit. I could have gave you a piece of anything out here. You could have been mankind. You could have been any type of anything. But you were given divine soul. So, of course, the soul hasn't risen yet. It hasn't unlocked. The seed has not opened inside of you. You contend with all of the things of the world. You were hurt, you were sad, and you were broken. Your soul is perfect. You're untouchable. You're untouchable if you choose to be. And that choice will rise into more protection because you'll stand on that, not with ego, but you'll stand on that with divinity. So you'll rise and you'll continue to rise. You'll get stronger. You'll continue to put down old ways. You will refine your mind in ways that people will never see. You will become. You will be what you are. It's what was supposed to happen. It didn't happen for a lot of people, so we got stuck in transition. You know, you got a cold right now. Your soul has a cold. It's weak and shit because it complains about every damn thing. It doesn't connect to nothing seriously. It's not almighty in no sense of the word. But that's where it came from when you got back. You know what I'm saying? Like, how your soul come from almighty and you out here acting weak when you got back. It ain't supposed to be like that. You ain't supposed to have went through earth and went straight to the weakest part and then come back up here like, I'm weak. It wasn't supposed to be like that. You were supposed to just land here, manifest, and grow. Acclimate your soul to your flesh. Become one and the same. This was to bond means to put together. So they said bondage to make you feel like it was a bad thing, but your soul is bonded to you. It is a bondage, but it's not incarceration. It's not trapped inside the flesh. The flesh is malleable. It's to rise through the malleability. The process of being malleable, it can mold enough to rise, and yeah, I made that word up, so what? Yeah, it can rise to the surface and wrap around the flesh, and you become one with the perfect light. That's what it was supposed to happen. But those situations got taken away when this process was given because nobody wanted you to know that this was supposed to happen for you. And then the other contrastal side of that existence came into play, and now everybody only believes in that one way of life. You know, you live, you breathe, you eat, you shit, you fuck, you make money, you die. Period. That's it. Nothing else. That's what people believe in because that's been the normal. Nobody ever did anything with their soul besides the false painted story of somebody that was supposed to have the highest version of it. And that was even manipulated. So what does that tell us in a nutshell? I don't want you nowhere near anything that has to do with your start point. Please don't go there. Go anywhere on earth and do whatever the hell you want to do. Curse, kick, scream, kill, murder, steal, lie, cheat. I don't give a shit. Just don't go to your starting point and understand why. Please don't do that. Please don't go to who made me. I don't want nobody knowing what I'm doing down here, and I don't want none of y'all knowing either. I want y'all to fuck up royally and come back and spend money to fix it. We tired of this shit. We've been tired of it. We've been tired of it for years. Everybody's tired of it. Every day, somebody right now in their kitchen is talking to a friend of theirs, telling them how fed up they are with this bullshit. Some man sitting on the porch with his homeboy right now smoking a blunt, and he's like, yo, man, I'm tired, man. I'm just trying to be good, and this shit ain't working. Some female over here got her kids, and she giving all she got, and the kids won't shut the fuck up, and the man is not coming around to help her. People are fucking tired, yo. People are tired. And they're not going to say it because they're afraid to look weak. They're afraid to look like they can't handle it. Well, let me tell you something. This wasn't Divine's plan. This wasn't what you were supposed to be dealing with. That's not what Divine says. So stop walking around saying, well, we just got to deal with it. No, you don't have to deal with it. Be sincere and ask Divine to step in and watch Divine put a long 200-mile foot down Satan's ass, if you want to call him that. The negative energy, whoever the fuck you want to call it. I don't really care about terminology because I know that's based off ego. And when I speak to those things like that, I know some people be thinking, oh, he talking about this. No, I'm using the same thing that everybody else understands how to comprehend with certain forces. That's how I talk because nobody else don't know shit. If I started speaking in the way I want to, y'all be like, what is he talking about? So I have to speak dumb. I have to say Satan, the God, the devil. I have to talk like that because that's the only way people comprehend these energies. You don't understand anything else. If I go to the beginning of time and start saying the essence of divinity as a light source and contrast to the understanding a dark entity was created through a value that didn't have no existence and it never came into, and then this time it came and people gonna be wanting to know questions. Where did this come from and why was this and why did it wait? And you're gonna have too many fucking questions. You're not gonna just follow in divinity. You're not going to look at divinity and see it as absolute. You're going to follow in the questionnaire, which is going to bring you back to a dilution of ego. So you're naturally weak, regardless if you know it or not, because you can't contend with the almighty way of thinking. So this is why you stay stuck in between two paradigms. You don't fathom almightiness, and then the lowest level you're comfortable in. Your mind is comfortable not knowing nothing. You don't even want to challenge that because it takes too much energy to think. and you don't know divine. So you're trapped in between two spaces that don't serve you. And then you want to be mad at somebody that literally is tapping into that energy. Why don't you sit still for a minute and be obedient? See, that don't sound right, right? Like if I tell an adult that, sit your ass down and be obedient. Who the fuck you think you talking to? It'll be like that. But in retrospect to the fact, that's what it's supposed to be. I know it hurts. I know the words feel funny. But keep in mind, a culture created terms to make people feel indifferent because of their indifference to a circumstance. Sometimes you can be a group of like minds, like people that you grow up with, and you'll be the one to be common to the notion of what everybody else is digressing to. Tom and Steve are fighting, arguing, going hard down. Billy like, man, y'all stupid as shit. I wouldn't even entertain no shit like this. And then you end up saying, this is why I don't fuck with y'all. And then you will leave. I'll holler at y'all later, let y'all fight it out. And then you'll leave. You don't see that as nothing but two friends arguing. No, those are two friends in a mentality that they can't separate from, so it had to come to a negative outcome. See how that's intelligent way of looking at it. The individual who left was smart enough not to even get involved, or more in tune with his soul not to get involved. That's the difference, and that's why people don't separate correctly. That same group will stay together though. He'll be volatile with two idiots. So everywhere he go, these two idiots gonna show out. Now he has to be the caretaker of two people that he considered to be. Divine didn't do that. The adversary did all that shit. It put everything in the wrong place at the right time to make sure you run into the wrong motherfucker that you're supposed to be with this. That's the whole planet like that. The right job. You overqualified. How you overqualified? If you want to make money. How does a company say you overqualified if you want to make money? I just don't want your intelligent ass up in here. We'll get there. You see all this hate? That wasn't the intention for the evolution of the soul. Never was Divine's plan, but we're stuck dealing with it. Stuck dealing with it because of agreeance to the partiality of the things that are not divine. This is not standing on divinity. Oh, we gonna walk this shit down. We gonna dog walk all the way down, because I'm trying to tell y'all it's not as biblical as you think it is. It's not no, let's throw on a suit and walk down the street and act like we got manners for a day. It's not that shit. It's not that. It's just not that, yo. It's not that. Okay? It's just not that. All right? If you're not fed up for somebody respecting what you come from, you're never gonna feel that way. But I bet you won't let nobody come in your house and slap shit out of your older parent. Your elder parent. You won't do that, but you won't protect what created that whole lineage. I'm going to keep saying this every day because y'all act like you fucking retarded. The whole entire earth. Everybody. Rationale to nothing. And then the best digression you got is, oh, you think you smart. Why you think this? Why you think that? Can I ask you something? No, you can't ask me shit. Ask your fucking self. Go ask yourself that shit. Go pray, matter of fact. Don't ask me nothing. Go sit down with Divine. Do something different in life instead of being the shortcoming that was forced on you. Because it's not even like it's yours. It was taught to you. Please show me y'all not followers, yo. On purpose, people do fucked up shit. On purpose, and then laugh and snicker. And then when the karma come back around, he like, oh. What? I'm never gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna get it. But I was a kid once too. I was a kid. And when I was a kid, I was petty as hell. If you hit me, I'm going to hit you back very hard and probably cry about it too. I might throw a rock at you. You know what I'm saying? I was petty as shit. I was a kid though. But then when I got past being a kid in my 2 digits, I stopped doing kid things. I started watching more cartoons because I was interested in animation. After I got out of that, turned 15, you know what I got into? Talking to girls. Playing video games. You know, each level you start doing different shit. When I became an adult, I smoked, I drank, and I did what the fuck I want. Until I understood that that wasn't always healthy. These are levels. I didn't stay in this mentality of adult, oh, I'm grown, I can do what I want. No, that's ego, stupidity, and everything else that follows that. No, I didn't want that. And a lot of people stay stuck right there. They can't go no further than it. I'm grown, I do what I want. Well, if you do what you want, you wouldn't be where you at telling people you could do what you want. Did you not comprehend that notion? You would have to express to somebody that you could do what you want if you were able to do what you want. Because you would have the atmosphere to do whatever. That's called success. So a lot of things don't need to be said. You just wonder why people are saying it majority of the time, and that's because properly they're probably adequate and they know it. So now we gotta see who got the longest Johnson, right? We gotta see who got the biggest muscles, or the most money or whatever. Like, I'm not out here trying to prove shit to nobody, and those right there has nothing to do with rising the spiritual soul. I'm a giant in the spiritual world, yo. I see shit that I can't imagine myself. I can't imagine some of the things I see, and I'll be confused, like, what the fuck is that? And I have to go to divine and literally develop this secretary boss type energy with divine just to get clear understanding. It's not spiritual for me no more. It's not. It's been past religion, yo, for years. I'm talking about years. This is like literally, what's the best way to say it? Artist and apprenticeship. Divine is the great architect, and I'm an apprentice. I'm learning directly from the source. It's way past, and I give thanks, respect, and revelation to the divine. I give that to the divine. I give my revelation to the divine. Why? Because the knowledge is unfathomable. I was already told what I'm going to digress to, what I'm going to be short at. I was already told. So when these things show their face, I bring that straight to the architect. Like, remember you said this was going to happen? I bring it to the architect. Because I'm not supposed to deal with it. That was telling me that, yo, you're going to suffer this. But I'm here for you. If you draw near to me, I'm going to draw near to you. Take those sentences and chop them up and take those people out the way. Get mankind the fuck out of the way. Take the absolute, put it together and read it. That's some work for you. There you go. If you want to really get the motherfucker out the damn book, take all the little ifs and ands and hows and wheres and how all it, take that out and take the absolute things and put them together and watch what the divine say. You might break down in tears. You might be like, wow, this has nothing to do with how I was raised or what I know. That's how you're going to feel. It's going to remove the Messiah out the way, the people, the apostle. It's going to remove everything out of the way. I'm serious. But nobody's actually did work like that before. If you really want to know something, you got to be sincere about the shit that you want to learn. Supreme Rising. Supreme Rising. If you really want to learn anything, you got to be sincere about the things you want to learn. If you will fight and murder for your child, if somebody hurts your infant, why won't you do that for divine? Because that's where your innocence comes from. Watch this. You'll fight for your child, but the things that make up your child, you won't fight from it from the source, the factory. Everything that was put into your child, it comes from a place that made you too, but you don't give a shit about that. But you're like, I love my teddy bear. The fuck? This shit is crazy to me. All the things you cherish, it's like somebody put a damper in your mind. Other than that, no, you're supposed to get what you receive and then teach it how to have respect from whence it came. So what's stepping in between that understanding and having you comprehend what it's supposed to be, opposed to you doing other things based off people's agenda? All praises to the Most High. Look, I ain't trying to hold you. I'm just trying to show you something, man. I really don't give a damn about what people be talking about. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't care at the end of the day. What I do care about is divine and everything divine loves. And that's my only job. That's really my only job. Once I respect and love what divine does and what divine has created, I'm looking at it from that perspective now. Not from my own perspective, not from somebody else's point of view. I'm learning how to see it from the perspective of the creator, just a witness. So now my priorities start to line up with the Almighty. Didn't they tell you this shit in the street? Didn't they tell you out there in the world, if you want to be better, you do better. You want to get with people who are doing better? You want to be around people who do more? Well, I want to be around the energy that do the most. Better than everything. I can't hear y'all. Y'all fell too much. And it's too much laughter behind it. Not enough completion. Ain't never really accomplished shit, but got a lot to say. Yeah, I don't want to hang with that. That's not intelligent to me. What's intelligent to me is hanging around what actually accomplishes things. And I see accomplishment happening every year with no man's hands involved. All praises to the Most High. Take it how you want. I don't really care. Judge me, please. Judge me, please. I love it because it explains you, not me. Go home around your friends and talk shit about this nigga that you don't know that love Divine so damn much. Please, I love that shit. It turns me on to my core, yo. Because it explains you. Please hate me. Because it explains you. I'm standing where I'm supposed to be, but this was told it will be. Your lack of understanding, your lack of commitment, your lack of contribution to the understanding. This all was spoken billions of years ago. You ain't doing nothing, dumbass. You're being the blueprint of the paper, the flyer, what's coming. That's what you are. Whoever you are, whoever they are. That's why I don't like titles, because titles are stupid. I love the company. I love the company of authentic and natural shit. Yeah, and I push hard. I'm gonna keep pushing. I will trip you. I will trip you and get you out of my life. I'm serious. I will piss you off just so you will run away. You know why? Because if I push your cup over, whatever falls out is truly what's in that motherfucker. If you love somebody, ain't nothing nobody can do to stop that, because that's your word. You can stand on that. So all you people out there, this fake ass love, this fake, I love you, but then go do some bullshit 10 minutes later. There's a lot of people like y'all. Y'all can group in y'all own group. There's a lot of not shit people like to be around each other. Y'all might enjoy each other's company, because it'll be fun not to do not shit. Instead of y'all trying to attach the things to make yourself look better. and then the ones that follow you, y'all should wake up too and be like, wait a minute, you're always doing some not shit. You know what? Me hanging with you is making me not shit too. I ain't fucking with you no more. Get some balls for once. Get some balls for once. Stand on something. But you can't? Oh yeah, because you scary ass motherfuckers. You can't stand by yourself. You ain't gonna walk down the road by yourself at nighttime. You scared. I ain't gonna hold y'all, yo. NAGA The Wise.